I got 8 rules that I want you to follow if you want to live a good life. If you want to be wealthy, if you want to keep your stress down so you can stay looking young like me and just be able to, live life on your own terms, and do what you want to do every single day. There are 8 rules that I need you to follow, okay? So we're going to go over them. But first, you already know it's your boy Trey from Digital Dollars Trading. I appreciate everybody that's been supporting the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Now let's get into it. The 8 rules, all right? Rule number 1, and it sounds easy in theory. It is actually easy, but most people find it hard because they don't understand delayed gratification or they don't want to wait for things. But the most important rule, you got to learn to live below your means. Living below your means is imperative, okay? Like most of you have probably a 9 to 5. You've got a set income, so you know about how much money you're going to make every single day, right? So even if you're an entrepreneur, if you've been doing it for a while, you probably have some type of consistent income. So you need to base your lifestyle off of the money that you make and not be spending down to the wire. If you make $6,000 a month, you need to live like you make $5,000 a month, okay? You need to at least be putting $1,000 away, right? So you can have money for unnecessary expenses that might come up, unexpected expenses that might come up, have some money to put aside to invest or what have you. So living below your means is the absolute key to life. It might not seem like the sexy thing to do, but I promise you, as you'll get older, you will understand that most of the stuff that you're chasing, most of the things that you want, they ain't worth nothing anyway. And you feel much better having money in your pocket than fresh shoes on your feet. I promise you, it feels great knowing that you can afford pretty much anything you want. And when you feel like that, you probably won't want most of the things that you want right now. So make sure you understand how to live below your means and how imperative that is, okay? Rule number 2 is saving money before you spend it, okay? Kind of similar to rule number 1, but when I say save money before you spend it, that means you need to pay yourself first. Every time you get paid, you need to have a set amount of income that you pay to yourself. Now, with that money, this may be money that you end up buying gifts with later. This may be money that you end up investing. This may be money for unexpected expenses, all of that. But you got to pay yourself before you pay your bills and anything like that. All right, bills should come second. Paying yourself is a healthy habit that everybody needs to practice. Okay. Number 3 is understand everything that you invest in, okay? Don't just be buying stuff to be buying it. You need to take the time to make sure that you understand exactly what it is that you're buying. That helps you to basically, for one, not get used, not get railroaded, not get ran over, but you will also develop a healthy curiosity. It's gonna make you smarter. You don't wanna just be throwing your money anywhere because somebody said so. You want to read things, understand things, and then you'll be more comfortable putting your money somewhere. That way, if things end up taking a negative downturn, you're not all pissed off because you already understand what it is that you're buying and what you own, and you know that long term things are going to turn around. So always understand everything that you invest in, okay? Rule number 4 of utmost importance is avoid loans or credit cards with high interest debt, okay? If you got bad credit, you don't need a credit card. You should be buying everything debit. You need to be buying everything with cash. If you have bad credit, more than likely you've got a credit card with a super high interest rate, okay? Super high APR, annual percentage rate. Might be 25 to 30%, which means if I spend $1,000, 30% of that is $300, right? So at the end of the year, that $1,000, if I'm making minimum payments, it accrued another $300 worth of interest. So you need to avoid that. If you've got good credit, you can apply for new credit cards with a 0% APR, maybe for the first year, sometimes 2 years. And that means whatever you buy, it doesn't accrue any interest. Now, that's a smart way to have a credit card. Like if you spend $1,000 at the end of 12 months, it's still $1,000. Well, it's going to be less than $1,000 because you're making payments, but your payments aren't accruing any interest. That's the only way you need to dive into credit cards when you're trying to get your life together. Avoid high interest credit cards. If you can't pay for it cash, you damn sure should not be putting it on your credit card, okay? Rule number 5 is focus on making long-term investments, okay? Everybody wants quick money, but quick money will sometimes have you quickly broke, all right? Now, it's okay to take a small percentage and kind of risk it and you know, make risky investments with once you've got a nice financial backing, but you want the majority of your money going into long-term investments, something like the S&P 500, something like real estate, things that make money constantly, but a little bit slower and a hell of a lot safer, okay? You want to be invested for the long term. It does not sound sexy, but I promise you, as you get older, building wealth gets fun, you get used to it, and you know, you plan on being on earth for a very long time, so you might as well get rich. And getting rich slower and more steady is always the smart way to go. You'll look back 10 years from now and say, wow, I got a lot of money, all right? So that's how you want to play it. And then after that, you got rule number 6. That is going to be reinvest your profits. Don't spend them, okay? Whenever you're profitable in something, whether it's in business, maybe it's in your stock market portfolio, you want to use the money that you just made to reinvest back into the market, reinvest back into your rental properties, reinvest back into whatever vehicle, your business, your small business, all right? You want to reinvest so your business constantly grows. Don't take the money and start buying BS, all right? We can buy BS way later once we're super wealthy, all right? But we want to start off by reinvesting all profits back into our business, okay? I cannot stress that enough. Rule number 7, which really hits around right now, but be wary of inflation. Understand that right now we're in unprecedented times and we don't know how high inflation is going to go. And if you've got a job that only gives raises of 2 or 3%, but inflation is 5, 6, 7%, then you need to be wary of that. You need to understand that every single year life gets a little bit more expensive. And if your pay raise is half of what inflation is, you've got to make some changes, right? Because every single year, life is going to get a little bit more expensive. And if you're not prepared for that, you're going to get a little bit broker every single year. So be wary of inflation and how that works. Understand that, and you will be good to go. I promise you, okay? And lastly, rule number 8, you want to invest in yourself with new skills and self-improvement. All right? Now, remember rule number 2 is save money before you spend it. All right? You can take that money and invest in yourself. Maybe you take a new course to learn some additional skills. Maybe you take some of that money and you invest in AI like ChatGPT, something that's going to, you know, make your job easier, maybe make your day-to-day life easier. You can access information quicker, but you want to always be learning. You want to always be increasing your skills and spending money. That's just what it takes to do that. Say you're a content creator, right? And you want to make videos all day. You might need to take some of that money and invest in a team, right? Invest in a class that teaches you how to create content. The key is we want to spend our money in ways that is going to help us make more money, okay? That is the key, all right? So that is my 8 golden rules to prosperity, to getting rich, to balling, to keeping your stress levels low. So I hope you guys take heed to this. I promise you, I am 46 years old. I live a very stress-free life. Life is good, but I wish I had somebody who was telling me these things early. The earlier you understand the stuff that I just went over, the better your life is going to be for the long term. It's your boy Trey from Digital Dollars Trading. Make sure you like and subscribe. See you on the next video.